Good morning. So I, basically heard the story, last night. So about to go give my thoughts on this. So here we go. Brotha Polight arrested. Pro-black author of 90 books, motivational speaker, and entrepreneur Michael Nowak is known professionally as Brotha Polight, has been arrested for the alleged rape of a 14-year-old girl. Brotha Polight was born Michael Nowak in Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York City on August 10th, 1983. The polygamist claims to be contractually bound to 4 wives and was rumored to be courting 2 more. See, the hotep community, this Egyptology, they're always about this polygamy. They're always about this Egyptology. And what nobody really understands about the culture of Egypt is that they were into incest. Royal family was into child marriage and a lot of pedophilia crap. And very few people know about this. Very few people are aware of this type of culture that is between the Egyptians in those days. Okay. And a lot of people just go on this, Egyptology, peace king, peace god crap. And they don't understand what exactly the Egyptians used to practice. Okay. And it's usually these dumb hotep dudes that want to practice this type of culture. Okay. Want to go back to Africa and practice Egyptian way of living and stuff like that. But people don't, in the black community, very few people will actually look up what type of culture the Egyptians used to practice. Okay. One of those practices is incest. All right. Or doing some type of molestation crap. It's always attached to that stuff. Okay. You look at African Bambaataa. They have always been allegations of sexual molestation, raping boys. And they're protected. Because this is the type of disgusting culture that is within the low levels ghetto black community. Not talking about all blacks. I'm talking about the ones who are part of the urban culture, lower parts of the urban culture who practices toxicity. They'll always be with these type of organizations. And you will always have these women dating these type of damn men that are really no good. Okay. The polygamist claims to be contractually bound to 4 wives and was rumored to be courting 2 more. Brotha Polight, during a Vlad TV interview, took Vlad through each of his marriages to 4 separate women. As it turns out, his lust for women cannot be fulfilled by consenting multiples. The 38-year-old was arrested in Miami for sexually assault of the 14-year-old daughter of his girlfriend, known only as Oroko. Nowak has been in a relationship with a 31-year-old Oroko for just over a year. See, this is horrible. But the thing is like a lot of these black women from the hood are dating these type of men. Okay, it's sad to say, but this is a common situation in the black community. Single moms dating these type of Pookie and Ray Rays. Men who come from screwed up backgrounds and they ruin their lives. But the thing is, what I want to know, what the hell? I'll go more into the story. According to the court documents, TS, the 14-year-old victim, was taken to an after party by Nowak, who requested permission from her mother to speak to TS, intended to use the private time between himself and Roko's daughter to mend the relationship between the mother and the daughter. What business is it of yours between the mother and daughter? That's their relationship. You let them figure it out. The mother is a grown adult. It's her responsibility to mend that relationship, not yours. Nowak took his alleged victim to Club 11 on 29 Northeast 11th Street, Miami, Florida. Upon arrival, the club was closed. Let me read this again. According to court documents, T.S., the 14-year-old victim, was taken to an after party by Nowak, who requested permission from the mother to speak to T.S. So you let this man take your daughter to the club? Nowak, who requested permission from her mother. I'm reading this again because I want to be sure. Nowak, who requested permission from her mother to speak to T.S., intended to use the private time between himself and Oracle's daughter. Wow. Upon arrival, the club was closed. The two went to a hotel room at 1100 West Avenue until 1100 West Avenue, Unit 319, Miami Beach, awaiting the new party location. While the two were alone in his hotel room, the defendant, Nowak, gave the alleged victim numerous alcoholic beverages, which she consumed. You gave a minor alcohol. She had to have known this is the type of dude she was dealing with. She had to have known. And you let this dude take your daughter to a club. Brotha Polight purchasing alcohol for a minor. The victim then stated that Nowak began dancing and touching her inappropriately all over her body, groping her thighs, buttocks, other areas. The victim claims Nowak sat her on the bed and pulled his genitals out of his shorts and boxes. Then he grabbed her head and pulling it towards his genitalia. The victim then passed out. The 14-year-old daughter of his girlfriend later awoke to find Nowak forcibly trying to make her vomit by putting 2 fingers down her throat. After these events, he took T.S. to her mother's hotel. The mother, Oroko, was wait a minute. Damn. In prison, they hate pedophiles. He goes to prison, he might as well kill himself. That's it. It's over. The inmates are going to get you, or the guards are going to get you. It's over. After these events, he took T.S. to her mother's hotel. The mother, Oroko, who was staying at a separate hotel, noticed not only that her daughter was severely intoxicated, but also that T.S. had severe swelling on the mouth area. Why are you guys at a separate hotel? Why aren't you in the same hotel? Why didn't you tell him, not to bring your daughter to a club? I'm wondering that. I just don't understand. I really don't. See, this is the thing. I mean, what was her mother running the streets? Was T.S. mother running the streets? Because if that's the case, these things are liable to happen to you. Because women running the streets, they don't really pick good men. They don't. They don't know how. And they probably refuse to learn, because you can't tell me throughout your life you have not met good, decent men or been exposed to good, decent men to talk to. The defendant, Nowak, according to court documents, then pled with the victim's mother against calling the police, saying that if she did, she would ruin his career. He thought that she was going to be another victim, like the other victims. Okay? That he could run over. See, this is the thing with these men that come from gangs and prison, and then they want to reform themselves. I'm talking about the scam artists who went into the hotep Egyptology community. This is how they reinvent themselves, and they prey on women who come from this lower backgrounds because they think they can manipulate them. Unfortunately, they can manipulate a lot of them. Brotha Polight arrested for sexual assault of a minor. Ms. Oroku transported the victim to Mount Sinai Hospital where TS disclosed sexual battery. The victim was transported by her mother to Roxy Bolton Rape Treatment Center in Miami, where her clothing items were gathered and a rape kit was performed with evidence collected. Said evidence was transported to Miami-Dade County's forensic lab on May 4th, 2021. Forensic evidence confirms Brotha Polight as guilty. Results from Miami-Dade County Forensic Lab were received and confirmed. The 14-year-old victim, T.S., had a total of 6 confirmatory semen stains on her skirt and scarf. A DNA warrant was obtained and served to defendant Novak on June 8th, 2021. The DNA sample swab was taken from Novak, was transported to Miami-Dade Forensic Lab for analysis on August 10th, 2021. The Miami-Dade Forensics report confirmed that the semen found on 14-year-old victim T.S. matched the defendant, Noack. Noack has been since arrested. His bond denied. He's been released so far. All right. Let's see what Sonetta has to say. This is it's sickening. It really is.
Oh, peace, Brotha Polight.
Hey, what's up, man?
Well, I want you to know I'm live. Do you want to talk or no?
I'm actually traveling, but what's going on?
All right, I'm quite sure you see the internet is lit up. People is talking crazy. And
Yeah, I'm just telling you something crazy.
Yeah, people are talking crazy that you had molested a 14-year-old girl. I don't know how true it is. That's why I said I'm not going to jump out the window. I'm not saying none of that until we can find out what's really good. And I don't know if you want to talk or we could set something up probably tomorrow whenever you can stop traveling or whatever.
You know we don't play those games. Just
Okay.
like when niggas were coming at me with all the goofy shit before.
Okay.
You know, when people make serious charges, when people make serious allegations like that, you know YouTube ain't the place where you deal with it.
I got you.
I stay with our whole fucking legal team. You know what I'm saying?
Say
But
less.
what I'll tell you is this. You know, I ain't no fucking weirdo. You see all the beautiful, voluptuous people I be with.
Yeah.
So I ain't a weirdo. That's what it is. But I know what it is for people.
Yeah.
You make a very negative accusation against somebody. Some accusations are so negative. You be like, yo, that shit's so negative. It gotta be true, because who would say something that negative? That's it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that shit is. But you know, I ain't gonna speak on it any further. But I tell you this: if I accuse somebody of some shit, niggas gonna buy into it. Niggas hate me. But if somebody accuses me of something, it's always true. But I'm always walking around free.
Right.
It's always true, but I'm always free. So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I just
Say
got
no
wind of
more.
it.
Say no more, man.
But you know, love you, man. Thank you for even just asking me.
All right.
You know, and being a brother, just asking.
Yes.
But I thank you very much. But you know how we got to do. When it comes to this type of goofy shit, you got to leave it in the hands of the people
Right.
that deal with that kind of negativity.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree. All right. Peace.
Yes, I can't do it in the world of YouTube. Peace.
All right. So that's why I was saying, Sutek, that I'm not going to jump out the window and just say some crazy shit.
Right.
You know?
Right. I don't know, man. I would not be defending him, and I would definitely be. I see the facts. I'm going with the facts, and that's it. Period. See, that's the problem with these people. All right, it's like a gang, and this is something that is happening with this black conscious community a lot. Okay, members of the black YouTube community are calling for the cancellation of content creator Sonetta, legally Frank Gary. Sonetta Studios is a YouTube platform that began by sharing audio and visual recordings of conscious community conferences, films, and lectures. He has been credited with boosting the notoriety of people like Young Pharaoh, Brotha Polight, Dr. Umar Johnson, oh boy, Tariq Nasheed, Sarah Sutton Seti, and several Hebrew Israelites. You all know the Hebrew Israelites. It's a cult. He participates in programming on his YouTube channel as well as in real life on location. Sonetta Studios, formerly blacknews102.com. Sonetta and the conscious community carry conversations surrounded by the theme of racism and white supremacy. They regularly discuss the institution of chattel slavery, slave codes, Jim Crow laws, and the civil rights movement of the 1960s. They also discuss privatizing prisons, the prison industrial complex, racial disparities in criminal sentencing, and police brutality as it concerns the lives of black men. They look to themselves as natural leaders of the black community as a result of their race and gender. Their community tends to shun higher education, citing that it whitewashes the mind of a black man. Really? What is meant by whitewashing is brainwashing a black man to think like a white man, which will result in an inferiority complex. No. You know. Why do they want Sonetta canceled? When news of the arrest of Michael Brotha Polight Nowak broke, members of this community received the news as a conspiracy to take down yet another great black man, as was done with late Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Look, Malcolm X was taken down because Stokely Carmichael, aka the great Elijah Muhammad, didn't want to be exposed for sleeping with young girls in his congregation, getting them pregnant and not providing for them. Okay? Martin Luther King was taken out because he stood for racial equality. It's not the same as Brotha Polight. Stop trying to compare these men to a person that's basically a hotep, a scumbag hotep, like the many hoteps. Men of this community has gone far as to call the 14-year-old victim, known only to us as TS, a liar and an agent. Oh boy, here we go. Senator fell in line with those of this conscious community when he spoke to Michael Brotha Polight Nowak on August 18th, 2021. Senator said things like, people are talking crazy regarding the allegations against Nowak, alluding to his disbelief in the claims against Nowak, which has been corroborated by forensic evidence. Nowak has been known to study the works of Malachi Z. York. Yeah, I've heard about this dude. He was like Jim Jones. He had his own compound, and he was charged with counts of molestation. And he was, trying to build the compound, like the living quarters, like a pyramid. And a lot of things happen. You never trust these people. Never ever trust these people. Okay, never. Because the minute they want to have a little commune, the minute they want to have a little, little city of their own, and try to get away from everything, civilization, and try to get away from law enforcement, you stay the hell away from those people. Because it's usually no good. 9 times out of 10, it's no good. It is always. You ever notice with these pro-black supremacist groups, they're always with what is it? Some sort of just being on an island by themselves, and we could have the law, we could make the law unto ourselves. I'm like, oh no. And the first thing they're gonna do, they want to try and practice polygamy. It's always that. They want to try and practice polygamy, be like the Mormons, always some creepy crap. Okay? Be unto themselves, because that way they can make laws that they could oppress other people, play favorites. This is how these woke people get down. These woke conscious community men get down. It's just a bunch of men who try to work on a scam and trying to find a way to have their way with the women and molest kids. It's always that. It is always that. Along to his disbelief in the claims against Nowak, which has been corroborated by forensic evidence. This is how stupid they go. They want to, protect these predators in their ranks. You see, you could always know when a movement is truly genuine is when they hear stuff like this, and there's evidence about a man doing these things or a woman doing these heinous acts in their circles, they kicked them out. You know what? We're going to cut you off. You know, I'm sorry we're distancing ourselves from you. There's evidence, and we're not going to mess with you. We're not going to fool with you. There's evidence there, and we're not going to even fool with you because this movement means too much to us. You made a mistake. You made a horrible decision. You got to pay for it. End of story. That's it. Nowak has been known to study the works of Malachi Z. York, a man also incarcerated for sexual abuse of children. This would suggest the insensitivity to the molestation of minors. Of course, if you follow his works and you know this type of nonsense goes on, and this happens, you're gonna ignore it because you want to be in control and shame these innocent poor children. This is how it is with these hotep communities, and I'm sad to say, you black women who date these dudes, you know it goes down because it may have happened to your kids, and you're still gonna date them. I remember Minister Jap was calling out these type of people. I remember Minister Jap was lighting these people up because they're usually, you know, some scumbags with a record of rape. They're the women who are into these communities. They're dusty. They're whores. It's the truth. Let's hear what this Pedolite has to say about this. Here we go.
Messages, sending me positive embrace. Thank all my brothers and sisters that called me to just show me so much love and support. And so I did this live stream not for the detractors. I have nothing to prove to the people that's talking crazy. I did this live stream for my good brothers and sisters who automatically is like, yo, I'm rocking with you. I love you. I don't give a damn. This, that, and the third. I just want you all to understand that if there's any legal issue that I'm dealing with, it doesn't behoove me to speak on it at this hour because I have a defense team, plural, probably best in the goddamn country, may I add, but I have a defense team that I would be circumventing or undermining their ability to render the services that they are obligated to fulfill on my behalf by speaking. So I know in the world of YouTube court,
That's a good question. If you're not going to talk about it, what are you on social media for if you're not going to talk about it? But this dude loves attention. Okay.
to happen, just talk about it. But in the legal world, it don't work like that. In the legal world, when you got a legal defense team and things have been said, you just allow the things that have been said to be said, and that just gets dealt with accordingly. You don't open your mouth, you don't speak. So what I will say is my defense team will be putting out a statement on my behalf, perhaps even an interview, and they'll get it in. But out of respect to the people that love and support me, not the trolls. We know who you are. The second you hear something bad about me, you do videos. You see all the good going on, you don't do nothing. I thought you died. You heard something bad? I'm like, oh, they resurrected. They're alive. You think they're watching you because they're concerned with you. You think they're watching you. You think those views you get in, oh, man, they love what I'm doing. Start talking about yourself again and see how many people listen to you. When you talk about me, they listen to you. It got really fucking hurt. You hate me. But you know what? You need me. Because you monetize those shit. If you hate me so much, don't make money off of my name. Don't collect money talking about me. Don't put advertisements in your YouTubes. If you hate me so much, don't make money off of my name. Real talk. If you hate me that much, don't make money off my name. How about that? You hate me so much. But you know, I'm blessed and highly appreciative of everybody that shows love and support. But like I said, this stream is not for the detractors and for the trolls. This stream is for the people that really show me love. I want them to understand, if they haven't taken it into consideration, that it's not in my best interest to speak about any specific parts or details of anything, any allegations that's been made. It's not in my best interest. You know, you don't drop a bag for people to work on your behalf so you can circumvent.
Yeah, he's not talking much. He ain't talking much. DNA got him, and that's it. The minor child Noah gave alcohol to before sexually assaulting had his DNA on her mouth, face, shirt, chest, and scarf. Other tests showed that the alcohol he gave her contributed to the delinquency of a minor was mixed with a cocktail of 4 different drugs. In spite of the evidence, the predominantly African-American men of this community refused to believe the innocent girl child, whose rape had proved that vaginally she is still a virgin. For this, subscribers among the ranks of Black YouTube who believe the child and her mother have called Mr. Talk Black to Me to be canceled. Let me read you something else. I don't know what it is. It's something like a generational thing, I think, with these types of people. Talked about Dr. York, right? Guess who we're going to talk about here also? Man charged with child abuse is the son of Black supremacist cult leaders serving 135 years. Ramses Richardson, 19, appears in court in Jersey City today, March 17th, 2017, on charges he burned and beat a 5-year-old boy in his care. A Jersey City man accused of burning and beating a 5-year-old boy is the son of Black supremacist cult leader, currently serving 135 years in prison for child molestation, racketeering, and other charges. Ramses Richardson, 19, was arrested on March 10th, charged with beating the son of his girlfriend with a belt and leaving whip marks, as well as burning the boy's hands with hot water and locking him in the bathroom overnight multiple times. A number of sources have identified Richardson as the son of Dwight D. York, 71, the founder of the United Nuwaubian Nation of Moors, York, who is serving his sentence at the Supermax prison in Florence, Colorado, went by several names including Dr. Malachi Z. York, while leading the Nubian movement, which has its roots in Brooklyn. Richardson is also known as Quincy Richardson and Prince York, according to the criminal complaint. Hudson County Prosecutor's Office spokesman Raymond Worrell said this morning. The Southern Poverty Law Center, a hate extremist group watchdog, says the Nuwaubian movement mixes Black supremacist ideas with the worship of Egyptians and their pyramids, a belief in UFOs, and various conspiracies related to the Illuminati and the Bilderbergers. That's that thing with the Egyptians. White people are the devil. They say the Nuwaubians are not racist. Bullcrap. I'm white people. I am. White people are devils. Always was. Always will be. The SPLC quotes Dwight Yorks was saying in the lecture. Heidi Bierich, director of the intelligence project at the SPLC, called the Nuwaubians probably one of the wackiest groups we have listed as a hate group. They have had a compound outside Atlanta, Georgia, and they actually built pyramids there. Yeah, boy. On his Facebook page, Prince York describes himself as one of the most inspirational public figures in our community, son of the great Dr. Malachi Z. York, who is currently doing 135 years in prison for false charges and legal holding done by the state of Georgia. A call to Richardson today was not immediately returned when Richardson appeared in court in Jersey City, and his attorney said he had no comments on the charges. The extent of Richardson's connection to the movement is not clear, but he appears in a number of YouTube videos discussing his father's case. The mother of the 5-year-old also charged. In court, it was said that the boy is now in California. Dwight York was arrested in 1964 on charges he had sex with a 13-year-old girl, and he received probation. A year later, he was then charged with possession of a deadly weapon, assault, and resisting arrest, and served 3 years in prison, according to SPLC. The group's numbers swelled to 500 people living in various apartments York owned in Bushwick section in Brooklyn. In 2000, York moved the group to rural Georgia, but he was arrested in 2002 and later pleaded guilty to various state charges, including 40 counts of aggravated child molestation and 34 counts of child molestation, according to the SPLC. He also pleaded guilty to unlawful transport of minors for purpose of engaging in sex acts and attempted to evade financial reporting requirements, both in federal court, according to the SPLC. When Dwight York went to prison, it was very serious blow to the group, and the number of chapters we were listing fell precipitously, Barracks said. On his Facebook page, Richardson describes the Nubian nation as promoting knowledge of self, nation building for our people, and unifying once a nation is formed with other African nations. Oh, hell no, man. No. The Southern Poverty Law Center sees the group's leader in a different way. Dwight was a serious cult leader. He had thousands of people hanging on his frankly bizarre messages, and in his case, he was able to get away with the abuse of minors for a long time. Cult leaders, this is just sad, man, just sad. Cult leaders often get caught up in sexual abuse scandals. I'm sure it has a lot to do with having total control. That's basically it. That is basically it. That's how they are. The sad thing, you will have blacks still defending him. You will. You will still have blacks still defending him. Blacks still, thinking that he's innocent. That, oh, you're hating on the black man. Okay. The funny thing is like they won't ever support a person like King Randall, who actually backed up what he says. He bought a school. He's actually looking out for young boys. He ain't molesting them. Okay. He's not pulling scams like Umar Johnson, going to slot machines and trying to beg people for money. Okay. He's not like Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson wanted a school for boys, and he wanted the boys to be in the school, like separated from their parents. The parents don't get to pick them up. The parents come and visit, and that's what he wanted. That's what Umar Johnson wanted. Okay. A lot of these people are sexual deviants. That is the truth. That is the truth. And people got a problem with the truth for some reason. They'll call you an agent, a coon, a sellout. Okay? When you talk the truth about these people. A lot of people, I think they go to these cult leaders because they're easier to follow, as in contrast to a genuine leader that cares about black people. Because a genuine leader is going to tell you the truth about what you need to change about yourself, what needs to change for black people as a whole. And majority of people don't want to hear that. They want to hear victimhood. It's always the white man's fault. That's what they want to hear. Okay? They don't want to hear that there has to be some self-reflection. They don't want to hear that black people have things to work on, that they got to stop with the single motherhood. They got to stop with the, baby daddy situations. They don't want to hear that Black Lives Matter is a Marxist organization just meant to be a lapdog for the Democratic Party. They don't want to hear that, both Republican and Democrat are against black people. And that black people can do like King Randall and use the government for what they're only used for, is just to get a loan, to get businesses start, to buy schools, and that's it. And focus on just making things happen for ourselves. But unfortunately, those type of messages fall on deaf ears because it's very hard to make money, I guess, with that type of message. That's how I see it. Tell me what you think in the comments. What do you think about this? What do you think? I mean, do we have a community of people of, majority mainstream blacks that don't really give a damn about the abuse of kids, and they just like to hear the popularity of a black speaker, no matter what they do? Or do we just have this problem of we like popular, well-speaking black people speaking to us instead of blacks who are going to tell you the truth and what you need to hear? Is that our issue here? Is that the issue with the black community, that the ones that actually care about the black community shuns, but the ones that really just want to, talk and jive and try to con the black community wants to hear them instead? The majority. There's a few black people that could see like, yo, this guy's scum. Let's listen to somebody that's actually credible. And those types of people say that get attacked. Is that the problem we have in the black community? The fact that we have these single mothers dating these hotep dudes, dropping the ball when it comes to protecting their daughters and sons, not doing what they're supposed to do, their due diligence, sacrificing their kids for dick and attention. I'm just being honest. Is that the truth? Is that the truth? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm on Spotify. I'm on anchor.fm. And soon we'll be on Podbean. All right. Later. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.